India Company. In the mid-1800s, during the Civil War and the Industrial Revolution, there was an explosion in the growth of corporations, and with it came the belief by corporate lawyers that they needed more power to operate. Their goal was to remove certain constraints that had been placed on the corporation. A case was decided in 1886 between Santa Clara County and the Southern Pacific Railroad, which gave corporations protection under the 14th Amendment, declaring them people. Basically, the ruling gave corporations the right to enter into contract with other parties and sue just like you and I can do. President Lincoln predicted the growth and power of the corporation long before such a decision was passed by the Supreme Court when he wrote during the Civil War that corporations have been enthroned and an era of corruption in high places will follow, until all wealth is aggregated in a few hands and the republic is destroyed. I feel at this moment more anxiety for the safety of my country than ever before, even in the midst of war.
I wouldn't say we have the same voice. I say corporations hold a very large influence on what goes on in political campaigns. They have a large influence in swaying politicians to their agenda and stuff just because of their power and ability to fund politicians' campaign and that holds a lot of power over my vote since I don't have much to give. That's why I believe corporations hold more power than my vote.
I don't believe like my individual vote is nowhere comparable to the amount of power that these corporations have within today's elections.
Over 80% of presidential super PAC money has come from just 196 people. The way our system works, special interests get what they pay for. That's why pizza is now considered a vegetable in school cafeterias. Why 3 of the country's top 10 grossing companies paid 0 federal taxes in 2009. And why certain industries have enjoyed a 77,000% return on one particular kind of investment. They're lobbying dollars. It's been this way for a while, but 2 years ago, it got worse. The Supreme Court decided a case called Citizens United, making unlimited anonymous campaign donations the law of the land, and taking our democracy from flawed but fixable to screaming self-parody. Before Citizens United, we could at least identify the people who were pumping cash into our politics. Today, we don't even know where half of it comes from. It could literally be anyone. Excellent. Add it all up, and what have you got? Our politicians represent the money that bankrolls them, not the people who vote them into office.
Today's elections. What I've seen in recent history is that like a lot of corporations, they lobby together to back a lot of presidential races to basically like give their own opinion and give their own thoughts about different policies that they'd like to be placed within American society.
In 2010, a tiny 0.26% of Americans funded about 68% of contributions to Congress. Most of the money that's helping congressmen win elections is coming from a select group of mega donors, all of which have very specific, and usually economic, interests.
Yes, I do believe that there should be more transparency. If a corporation, supports a certain social justice issue that you're against, and I feel like everybody should know, or everybody at least has the right to know, what issues or like what ideologies or values that any sort of corporation has, and those ideologies and values are reflective through who or what you donate or you like distribute your, say, like goods, resources, or money to. And kind of like Chick-fil-A, how they support Trump and they support a lot of conservative ideology. And I don't know very many very many corporations that support like liberal ideologies, but yeah, it's good to know what you're investing in.
However, a large majority of the legislation brought before Congress is not well publicized. Bills dealing with corporate tax policy don't often grab headlines. But these issues heavily dictate our national priorities, economics, and day-to-day life.
Wait till I get my money right.